Widows, boss girls, how are we all doing? Today, I'm going to be looking at slapped ham. Before anyone says, thought you weren't looking at slapped ham anymore because of the TikTok stuff, the title of this has got me very, very interested because I don't think this is going to have any TikTok stuff. But I don't like TikTok stuff. This video is titled The Scariest Old School YouTube Ghost Videos That Still Haunt Us. That seems to appeal more to me than the TikTok stuff. Just before we get into the video, we've had some amazing acts of kindness from the community again. That people are going above and beyond. So, Julia, aka Black Cat, who sent me the ring bitch there, the bigger ring bitch that's up there, the group poster there, and a few other things, like little Freddy Krueger that lives on my Christmas tree. I sent me a lot of things, and she said there was a Christmas package on its way. She sent it before Christmas, and it turned up around the 31st of January. And it was a little care package, and I appreciate it. So one of the first things that came out of it is a dinosaur egg. Oh, obviously it's changing colour in the light. Really cool. I believe it comes undone. It does come undone. I've got to find a home for all of this stuff. I'm going to clear one of my shelves of my geeky collection stuff, try and put it somewhere else, and then all of this other stuff that I can't fit behind me is going to go there. Obviously, they do 3D printing as well, and they've 3D printed this awesome Falco from The Never-Ending Story. He is really cool. Mrs. Geek loves this. Absolutely amazing. She's also sent a rose quartz like little bracelet, unconditional love and energy, soft energy, peace and tenderness. I think that describes my wife very, very well. She's very appreciative. And we got this big boy. Look at this. Should have worn a t-shirt that's a different colour to the dragon, really, to show it off. But yeah, look at that. 3D printed dragon. That is really, really cool. All individual smaller pieces that make up this dragon. I love this thing. I think we should name the dragon. Maybe we should name it after a paranormal dragon. I'm gonna call her Yvette. Julia, Black Cat, thank you so, so much. And Glasgow Ghost Hunters have been at it again. Obviously, I love horror. So they've sent me these little bobblehead figures. We got a package full of these things. We got a little Freddy Krueger, little Tiffany, little Chucky, Billy from Saw, Jazzguard Pennywise, Tim Curry Pennywise, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Ghostface from Scream, and this one's kind of bizarre. Oh, I love the movie V for Vendetta. Fantastic. And V was in there. Why no Michael Myers, whoever designed this package of things? I appreciate it, Glasgow Ghost Hunters. These are going to go on the horror shelf above me. Just don't understand why whoever created this package that you've purchased put in a non-horror character. It's weird. If you don't know, I'll link it in the channel description down below. I do have a second channel now where I discuss horror movies, movie rankings. And I've just covered the Ghostbusters, which is loosely based on horror. So, on to Slapped Ham, scariest old school ghost videos that still haunt us. I'm going to skip Callan's intro. If you want to go and check Callan's original videos out, please go check it out. Slapped Ham. Most of you are going to know who Slapped Ham is. Let's take a look.
Saturday morning riding lesson at a school in Kent. Janet Emmett and her daughter were taking their regular lesson while Janet's husband recorded the session.
Can we just appreciate how far along technology has come? That video camera, a home video camera, people would have bought in the 80s and 90s. That was probably small back then. They're like, I can't believe how small and light this thing is. This technology is amazing. My shoulders are killing me. My dad had something like this. It looks like you're going to shoot the next Avengers movie when you compare it to what cameras are available now. I mean, my 4K camera is this big. Back to the video, sorry.
Later that evening, while reviewing the recording, the family noticed something strange in the background. A figure of a man can be seen just a few meters.
Is that a figure of a man? Because there's trees there, and that looks like light coming through them. That looks like light coming through them. That does. This horse is barely visible.
A figure of a
I mean, it looks like a man in places. That's light bleeding through trees by the look of it. I think this is just gaps in the trees that looks like a man. Then if we go this frame, it's the ghost of Albert Einstein. Look at this hair. Look at his little moustache. Look at his dark eyes because he's quite old. And there's his arm straight down by the side of him. But then when we go there, it's just light bleeding through trees. Or the ghost of Jimmy Savile. Dirty bastard. I think this is just pareidolia.
figure of a man can be seen just a few meters from the
You know, it looks like the original Doctor from Doctor Who. This is like little white cravat-y style shirt, his outstretched hand, the weird bowl cut that he had slicked back. That's Doctor.
spot where Janet was riding. She claims she didn't notice anyone nearby during the lesson, which would have been impossible to miss if the figure had been there in person.
Now it looks like my great-great-grandmother. I think that's just pareidolia from the light bleeding through from the trees. But we have to understand this is, what, the 90s by the look of it? This camera footage isn't the greatest. No disrespect to the people recording it and that released it. This was the height of technology, I imagine, for home video camera systems. This horse has all but disappeared and could be claimed to be a ghost horse. This rider is all but disappeared. But you've got to wonder why this pareidolia, this person, looks more in focus than this white horse that's closer to the camera. We can't see this person here. Why is this person so well lit?
The figure appears again in the recording, this time with its back turned to the camera.
It's not, it's back turned to the camera. That's, the camera has moved, so the light coming through the trees has changed shape. But it's a cool effect. You know, you imagine you're recording your kids doing whatever with the horses, training or something, and you just see a figure stood in the background that shouldn't be there. You're probably going to have to change your pants.
Many viewers believe the video is genuine, noting how the figure's appearance is too realistic and
I mean, to me, there's a frame there. No. But we got to take into account the time. I don't think this is a hoax. I think this family probably thought they captured a ghost on camera. This is cool. I much prefer this stuff. And knowing what I do now about pareidolia and frame rate and sample rates and all of this other stuff to do with video editing that I've learned over the last 2.5 years, this is still a fun video to watch.
On May 27th, 2011, YouTube user Derek's90 uploaded an unsettling video recorded at Texas Lutheran University. The video was initially meant to record a school tour for the uploader's friend who wanted to compare campuses before transferring schools. Just a few seconds into the footage, something disturbing is captured down one of the hallways. The camera reveals a shadowy figure, clearly visible and resembling a human form. However, the figure stands completely still, its presence seeming anything but natural. The uploader claimed that neither he nor his friend noticed anything unusual during the tour. It was only later, while reviewing the video.
Is it unusual to see somebody stood that looks child-sized in a school? Again, we look at the quality of the video, all of this pixelation and artifacting. It's not a good quality camera. Again, not the camera owner's fault. This is a technology issue. You know, these things were expensive, overpriced, and not very good back in the day. It was the best quality we could have. This, to me, I mean, these aren't like weird shaped hands. This is some sort of digital artifact because of the straight lines. The shadow, it's not very tall. It's cut off there, and this is the shadow. Faces are like the color. What this is to me is a real person that's probably come out of one of the rooms, seen them recording, and just done that. Like, I don't want to walk into this shot while they're recording. I don't want to make any noise while they're recording. They've just stopped and froze. Maybe these guys didn't see them. Maybe they did and claimed they didn't. I don't know. I think that's a real person. Looks a little bit more spooky because poor quality footage, because of the time. Nothing to do with the owners. Maybe they didn't realize what was going on. It just looks like a person that's stopped. They've realized there's someone filming. But on account that these students, it could have been staged or faked for some sort of school project. But I've got no proof of any of that. Probably just somebody has wandered into shot and froze, in my opinion. I guess, and it just looks more spooky because of the pixelation.
On January 16th, 2011, the YouTube channel Paravids uploaded a spine-chilling video featuring potential paranormal footage. The clip, originally aired on CNN, covers eerie surveillance footage from Asheville High School, a reputedly haunted institution in North Carolina. The surveillance video, recorded on August 1st, 2008 at 2:51 a.m., captures something truly bizarre.
This is what you first see over here. Some folks have described it as, the shape of a child or something like that. Someone else who looked at it said, it looks like it takes a couple of steps.
It appears to show an unusual figure resembling a child taking a few steps before the motion-activated recorder goes off for a few seconds. Moments later,
I don't know if this is a doorway with a window behind it that's casting light. It must be because the light's coming this way. Is this just the shadows only walking past whatever is pushing this light in and we just can't see them? Although it comes too far into the room. I don't know if this is something close to the lens or, like, say the camera is in like a dome. You get a plastic bubble around the dome to protect the camera, especially in schools and supermarkets, so people can't see where the cameras are moving.
the motion-activated recorder goes off for a few seconds.
I wonder if that is a bug inside of the camera housing. You'll have your camera, and then you'll have a dome around it. I wonder if that's a bug inside the dome, and it's so close that it looks semi-transparent because, flies are tiny. Is it a fly or a bee or...
Moments later, the figure mysteriously vanishes, only to reappear above an elevator. The strange apparition doesn't stop there. It can later be seen flying through the hallway, leaving many stunned.
It's absolutely flying through the hallway because I think that is a fly. Look at the size on this thing compared to the hallway. That's huge. But I think it's really close to the lens. And the reason is, go back frame by frame it. There. This looks like the body of a bee, fly, or wasp. There's the back end where the stinger would be this end. There's the second part of the body, and then the head would be up there. And I believe we can even see partially the wings there. There may be a leg there. The initial CCTV quality probably wasn't great, and it's been recorded off another recording device, so we've lost all quality there. That's a bug.
PR director ruled out the possibility of it being a bat, citing the unexplainable angle of the shadow and the figure's distinct shape.
I'm a logical person, I think.
I mean, the figure's distinct shape. If this was a person, why is it doing this? Is it like shouting yeet and leaning or whatever the kids do these days? Look, there's a leg. There's a leg. Bulbous back end. That's smaller midsection, and then there'll be a head attached to the top. This is a bug inside the camera housing or the protective housing for a CCTV camera.
I'm a logical person, I think, and I wanted to be able to explain to these folks or anybody, this is what I think it is. It's a bat flying around up here and it casts a shadow. But then why is the shadow down here from a different angle and it's not the shape of a bat? So
Martha Guy.
At least he's tried to debunk it. But yeah, that's something very, very close to the camera lens inside, I imagine, of some sort of housing to protect the camera.
Meitner, a teacher at the school, along with several viewers, believes the entity captured on camera is a ghost haunting the halls of Asheville High School and making its presence known.
It's a ghost. Of course it's a ghost.
It's really not. It's really a bug. I'm sorry. You look like you genuinely believe that it's a ghost. It's not. There's a bug.
The ghost of some former student who's really angry with his teacher and has come back to get...
You have run away with that a little bit there. You've gone from there is some weird shadow on the camera to this is a dead student haunting the school because they pissed at their teacher. That is quite the step.
Back at the teacher. And he's just making himself known at this time. Mm-hmm.
That is a bug.
What exactly was captured on the cameras that night, paranormal or not, it's a mystery that continues to intrigue viewers.
Not this viewer. Debug.
On June 28, 2007, Real Veeple uploaded a frightening, ghostly compilation video that gained over 5 million views,
Ooh.
leaving viewers intrigued and unsettled. The video begins with the story of Jackie's house, a place where strange and unexplained events had been occurring. Cameraman Barry Conrad managed to document one particularly bizarre incident inside Jackie's home. A mysterious red liquid began oozing from the wall.
I know this case. I've seen it. There was a documentary on Amazon Prime. The Paranormal Monkey podcast has just covered an interview with one of the gentlemen involved in this. This mysterious red liquid is orange. In my opinion, this orange liquid is a leaking rusted pipe. It's rusty water. I watched the documentary, and the more it went on, the more I was convinced the entire thing was staged. It's just my opinion. There's a section where one of the guys goes into the attic and he comes back down with something around his neck and rope burns. He's like, something just tried to hang me.
And dripping from the cabinets, convincing Jackie that her home was under the influence of an evil presence, and leaving other residents equally disturbed. A few days later, the activity in Jackie's house intensified. Unusual noises began echoing through the home, while objects and toys were thrown across the house inexplicably, creating a dangerous and chaotic atmosphere.
Yet there's no footage of this chaotic atmosphere of things being thrown. So these ghost hunters go in there and, of course, create some form of narrative. They're going to show the hanging thing.
Jackie explained how she believes that whatever force occupied the house wanted her family gone.
I try and tell them, whatever it is, it doesn't want us here, it doesn't want you here, it doesn't want me here, let's just, get out of here.
Things took a dangerous turn when strange snapping sounds were heard coming from the attic. They decided to investigate, but the situation quickly became terrifying. Watch.
Jeff, please come here. Get this for me. Get the mic. Jeff, here you go, baby. Here you go. Here you go. What happened?
You just saw something around his neck there. He doesn't have a camera up there, so there's nothing to prove what's gone on up there. He's acting or looking quite scared.
Okay, buddy. Look at his neck. Jeff, what's behind your neck?
I don't know what's on my neck.
The timing of this, he's coming down and you barely see this rope for a fleeting second, and he's like, what's wrong with your neck? What's that on your neck? This guy on the ground didn't see that burn from there. Absolutely not.
In the dark attic, an unseen force physically attacked one of the men. He claims that something like a cord was tightly tied around his neck.
Or something like a cord. It is a cord. Now, has he gone into the attic with a shitty little flashlight, nothing else? This thing is hanging off a nail off a beam, and he's accidentally somehow got his head through it, pulled tight around his neck, and he's panicked, gone to run, and then he's burnt his neck with the pull. That would be a logical explanation. Or has he seen that on the ground, picked it up, put it over his head, spun it a bit quick to give himself the burns, and then acted like this to make a documentary out of it? The potential answer. I'm not saying that's what he's done. Or did a ghost find this thing wherever it was, walk up to him, put it over his head, around his neck, and then pull it and twist it to tighten it around his neck? I don't think that's even potentially possible. And if you watch this, I'm sure this documentary is still on Amazon Prime. If you watch it, you'll see what I mean. It quickly descends into overacting. I really didn't believe a single second of it.
And twisted from the back, suspending him from a nail.
Like this, I don't know how far, to what degree.
Suspended him from a nail. This is why I didn't believe this documentary. Suspended him from a nail. So his entire body weight had him lifted up in the air, and this thing is on a nail, and it tightened around his neck. These red marks, well, on this side, are barely visible at all. If that had lifted his entire body weight just by his neck, and he's panicked and moved, he'd be burnt from there all the way around there. It would be red raw, inflamed, a lot worse than what he's come back down with. And it wouldn't just be on one side. The other side of his neck is pretty red raw. This side, absolutely nothing. So I don't believe this. I think they've staged this.
Far, to what degree?
Just my opinion.
It was twisted because it was tied around my neck. And then it was hung up over the nail on one of the cross members that go across the attic.
The camera flash captured the horror.
Okay, we will take them at face value. Very rarely I do that. He has no torch in his hand that I can see. He's stumbling about in the dark. Maybe this thing is just hanging down off that nail and he has somehow walked without seeing it, got his head through it, it pulled him while it's tightened on the nail, and he's cacked himself. Or it's staged, and he's literally done that. There's a series of photos, but they only show the one. Potentially, or a ghost did it.
Horrifying moment, along with the clear burn marks left around the man's neck, providing chilling evidence of the attack.
That is not his entire body weight. That's not a mark of his entire body weight being suspended by his neck and a thin cord. That's a light rope burn. Right, let's go back to the picture. So the closest we get, his feet are on the ground. This one may not be, but his toe could be on the ground. This foot looks flat on the floor to me. His weight is not being pulled by that, by the look of it. It just looks staged, completely staged to me.
The camera flash captured the horrifying moment along with the clear burn marks left around the man's neck, providing chilling evidence of the attack. Terrified by the series of events, Jackie decided that it was no longer safe to stay in the house. She left that night and never returned. The case has sparked countless comments from viewers, many of whom believe the story to be true.
I'm not one of them.
Some even shared similar experiences and advised to seek spiritual or religious
This is my problem with untrained paranormal investigators going into private residences of people asking for help and then scaring the shit out of them to the point they won't go home. You know, I've got a friend that messaged me last night. He's like, I'm doing some renovation work on a house. I've had this really weird experience. The homeowner has said I can go back and record this, see if I can, capture anything on camera. But you've said that you can't do residential hauntings if you're not experienced. And I was like, no. If the homeowner knows you're inexperienced, but says, hey, you've had an experience, feel free to film you and see if you can capture anything. That is completely different. They haven't said, oh, could you come out and investigate the home for me, prove one way or the other, etc., etc. You've had an experience there. You want to see if you can document or recreate that experience. There's not an issue with that. The homeowner is absolutely fine with it. I believe it's a home that they don't even live in. They're just doing it up. So, absolutely fine. Broken Capital, don't be so sensitive, lad. Do what you want. As long as you're honest about it, I don't care.
In the same video, Real Vipal also shares another unsettling story from a house in Ohio, where the father of the family claims to have captured real paranormal activity on camera. Ooh. The family had been hearing strange noises at night and waking up to find dishes and glasses broken along with objects moved around the house. To uncover the cause of these strange occurrences, the father set up a video camera to roll overnight. What the camera captured was truly disturbing. The footage shows a glass on the table sliding across it on its own, followed by an unplugged typewriter moving without any apparent cause.
Note, everything is moving to the blind side of the table. It's got a tablecloth so we can't see anybody back there. String, poor camera quality. This looks completely set up to me. And it's coming from the same guys that recorded the last one. So either they've got form, B, they've done 2 investigations and captured 2 different, and have captured multiple events. I don't think that ever happens to anyone ever. Certainly not in my experience or the people that I work with.
But the strange happenings didn't stop there. A chair near the table begins to slide away, and then a reclining chair at the back mysteriously rocks back and forth in slow motion. In the footage,
right, that's not mysteriously rocking back and forth in slow motion. Whoever's pulled this stuff there is simply, in my opinion, put the foot on the edge of this chair, pushed it back, it's hit this rocking chair, causing it to move.
There are also noises of the front door opening and closing by itself. Paranormal researcher John Osborne offers his take, saying he's watched the video countless times, but hasn't found any evidence of foul play.
I mean, you're probably not going to. The quality is abysmal. A blind spot there. If they were using strings or wires, you wouldn't see it. There could be somebody out there pulling this stuff towards them. But everything that pulls this direction, including the top of the typewriter and wherever this was, falls into a blind spot. The chair comes from that blind spot and hits this. Whoever this John Paul guy is, Jean Paul, as a paranormal investigator, to say he finds no evidence of foul play is correct. He hasn't. But he hasn't looked at this objectively. He's gone in there with a confirmation bias that this place is haunted and seen something and gone, yep, this is haunted.
Next, the video covers even more chilling footage captured by a man renovating his house. The contractors had been complaining.
Contractors how clean their overalls are. Bullshit. And look at them shoes. I know it's stock footage. I'm taking the pee.
About damage and tools being moved around when they arrived each morning. Hoping to uncover the cause, the man decided to set up a hidden camera, expecting to catch the vandals. What he ended up capturing, however, was far more unsettling. Take a look. In the footage, an empty chair slides quickly across the floor, seemingly propelled by an unseen force. But what's even more...
That's not propelled by an unseen force.
Unseen force. But what's even far more unsettling. Take a look.
This chair looks like it's pushed this way to the left of the screen as I look at it, the right. The left of the screen as I'm looking at it, my left. I can't see any wires or anything like that. I know how this is done already. Look at the way it just starts moving. Ooh. This is scary. Oh, original. Whose shadow is that there? Can you see the chairs, maybe? There's a lot of movement of shadows back there. Why are these shadows moving back there after the chair is moved? Could it be the shadow of the chair projecting upwards because there's a light on the floor? I don't think so.
In the footage, an empty chair slides quickly across the floor, seemingly propelled by an unseen force. But what's even more shocking is a piece of sheetrock being...
In regards to that, that's reversed footage. There's somebody off camera has pushed the chair out and then they've just reversed the footage. There's a weird jankiness to the beginning of the movement. It's because the chair is actually coming to a stop, but it's being played in reverse. Just my opinion there.
Being pulled upwards and ripped away from the wall by an invisible, powerful force.
Do that again?
John Osborne believes...
And that thing being dragged up into the ceiling is also something in reverse. I guarantee you there's somebody up in an attic trap and they've thrown something out from down at an angle, but they've played it in reverse and it looks freaky.
There can't be a natural explanation to the footage since the piece of sheetrock is being pulled upwards, which wouldn't be the case if it was just falling down by the force of gravity.
If it were just falling, it would have fallen just straight down.
You, sir, are not looking at any of this objectively as a paranormal investigator. That was clearly reverse footage.
The force of gravity.
Despite several theories, the video remains cryptic with no real explanation for the bizarre events.
Reversed footage. There's your explanation of bizarre event.
On November 28, 2017, Grid Synergy SG uploaded a video that captured the attention of countless viewers, claiming to have caught a real ghost using a 360-degree camera. The footage takes place late at night in an office, where a man working alone is interrupted by a sound ringing from outside.
I have heard that tone numerous times on certain jobs that I did in the past, namely static security sites. And what that sounds like to me is a buzzer or a bell to alert you that there is somebody at the main gate. What it sounds like to me. Ooh, we got a door
Curious,
opening.
he gets up to investigate, but finds nothing unusual and returns to his desk. However, his focus is soon broken again as loud noises of objects falling echo from another room, followed by the lights in that room turning on by themselves.
Did Callum miss? Now, is this lights turning on by themselves, or is there somebody in there? Because, well, that might be the chair.
The man cautiously enters the room and picks up the fallen objects.
We heard that rather loud noise of something falling. Now, he has picked up whatever fell. He's closer to the camera. He's put it down. It didn't make anywhere near the same volume of noise, and it looked like it weighed nothing. I think this is staged as well.
That's when more strange activity is caught on camera.
Right, in my opinion, there's somebody in this room. They've just slammed the door. There's a string around that chair. They've yanked it. We can't see it. Even though the quality of this camera isn't as bad, it's still not great because of the distance. Just my opinion. Maybe we'll have something give it away. Maybe it'll be a ghost.
Just a few seconds later, after the man leaves, the lights in the room glitch and turn back on, and the door swings open on its own again. The footage has left many viewers unnerved. Some claim to see the reflection of a human-like figure in the glass door, while others remain skeptical.
That is the reflection of a human person in the door, which, you know, is that very solid reflection there? Is that very solid reflection there a ghost, or is it somebody that's in there that this guy is in on it with, putting the lights on and off, pulling things on strings, pulling doors, etc., and then flips the door open? I mean, that ghost is casting a shadow for one. Purposely walks into shot to get captured on camera. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that gives this away as a person. Like a hand in shot.
Claim to see the reflection of a human-like figure in the glass door, while others remain skeptical, believing the entire video could be staged.
I think that was staged. That wasn't a ghost, that was a person.
On August 23rd, 2007, YouTube user Siani Mansell uploaded a disturbing video that has since amassed over 3 million views. The video started.
Seen this. There's only 3 videos on the channel. One of them got millions, the other 2 got a couple of thousand. They did pretty well, but this to me is just 3 girls or 4 girls, I think it is, messing about. There's 2 or 3 here while they're filming this. One of their mates peeks around the stairs. 2 or 3 of these run outside, and there's still some, and I think 2 of these run outside, and then there's 2 people in the house. One running upstairs, one running downstairs. It's a kid's prank. Something you need to take into account. In the year 2000, there was a movie released called The Blair Witch, which was a found footage movie, and it started a trend. 2007, when this video was released, because I've seen this before, 2007, Paranormal Activity, the movie, was released, and what happened then was there was a spate of people running around with their video cameras in their homes, recreating scenes from the movie or amplifying things that they saw in the movie. This, to me, if I remember rightly, a girl or a ghost peeks at the top of the stairs, but it looks just like a person to me. There's 2 girls sort of filming and messing about. A face leans in, 2 girls leave, and then you see a ghost run past the window upstairs and then downstairs. I believe they're 2 separate people. These kids are just pranking, making a scary video, because 2007... Paranormal Activity was huge. People can say what they want about it now, but back then it was massive. Trailer Street was scaring the hell out of people, and there was just all of these clips of people having the same experiences in their house, because a lot of people believed it to be real. It was so popular that people recreated that for YouTube. It in turn birthed the likes of Blaney and Ben, Really Haunted, the McGee guy, and Mellowbird, and all of these other channels. They all of them watched a couple of Paranormal Activities too many. Well, I can do all that. Low budget, easy. And the poor camera quality will hide my mistakes.
That has since amassed over 3 million views. The video starts casually, with the uploader recording in a room alongside someone who appears to be her sister. Just a few seconds later, she notices something strange near the door frame.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
I mean, look at the face of that. That is a very flesh-coloured, real, solid-looking person, right? The Ring had come out in 2002 as well. So, you know, pick a little white dress on your friend that's got long, dark hair, and you can tie 2 movies together and you scare the crap out of people quite easily. And it's strange that that girl looks around the same age as the other girl in the video. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, this is garbage. That's a real person. That's their friend they're messing about.
A figure peeking its head through for just a split second. A pale, ghost-like figure resembling a girl is standing eerily still on the staircase.
Or it is just a girl standing still on the staircase to make a scary video for YouTube because of the movies that were popular at the time. This is my thoughts when I first saw this ages ago.
The figure's unnatural appearance, far from anything
Yeah,
human,
this is where they
sends
go
the
outside.
uploader into a panic as she is seen rushing outside the house in fear.
Yeah, this is where they go outside, and you see somebody moving up there, and then I think it's this window. You see somebody shoot across there. Just 2 people. This entire thing, for me, was staged.
Even after leaving the house, the terror doesn't stop.
Up there, see? What'd I say? Oh my god.
Up
What'd
there,
I say?
see? And then they drop the camera to this window before anything catches their eye. This was staged.
No.
Does he link this in the channel description? Because he's normally pretty good like that. Girl ghost. Right, let's have a look at the girl ghost.
Are you sure?
Dan Mansell. Can't explain, this happens quite a lot in my house. Cool. There we go. 3 videos. 142k, 3.8 million, 332. Like, okay, we had a viral video there. It wasn't quite, wasn't anywhere near as busy there, so we'll knock that on the head. All they've uploaded, and then shorts of it. But
17 years ago, on June 7th, 2007, YouTube user Devin Raymond uploaded a video that later...
I've also seen this, for me, it's just overlaid sounds. Overlaid sounds and then a bit of pareidolia. You hear somebody say I have the body of a pig, but the voice is, you'll hear it.
Became infamous, gaining over 1 million views.
East what, sort of like this when...
The footage was filmed at a secret location rumoured to be haunted. Take a look.
I'm sitting coming through the old book, might be a body in there. What a chunk with them too. East what, sort of like this when... You get in.
It was a very digital sounding voice. I have the body of a pig. And then a pig sound that was clearly added in and overlaid because it's louder and better quality than any other sound in this video. These people talking are distorted, there's white noise, but then the body of a pig sounds like possibly played out of a recorder on them, but then the pig sound, it sounds to me added in post. I mean, listen to how clear it was.
Oh, sleep in the sun, put it down. I'm sitting coming through the old book, might be a body in there. What a chunk with them too. East what, sort of like this when... You get in. You get in. Get in. Jesus, look at that, mate. It's an example.
Sounds like it was just played at the time. No one knew the sound at the time. It was only after I studied the footage that it became apparent. This is post-tinkering, I believe. The original sound they've probably played there. If I remember right, they see something reflect back at them and they say it's a pig's head. It's just two light reflections.
EP, electronic voice phenomenon, claiming no one noticed the sound at the time of recording.
EVP sounded very much like a digital recorder playing back, and the pig sound sounded like a pig sound added.
It was only later, during a review of the footage, that the eerie discovery was made. The video ends with a photograph allegedly taken during the same moment. The image shows a disturbing creature with glowing eyes. Many viewers questioned its
This is the disturbing pareidolia. Jesus
authenticity,
Christ.
with some accusing the uploader of photoshopping the image.
I don't think he's photoshopped it. I think he's just played up the pareidolia
In response to the skepticism, Devin Raymond clarified that the photograph was unedited. He never claimed it to be paranormal, stating he shared it purely because he found it interesting and left its interpretation to the audience. While the creator refused to disclose the exact location, he revealed that the footage was captured in a maintenance system beneath a vast old building.
The pig's sound is so loud in one side and nothing in the other.
Coming up in our last segment in just a few seconds, we take a look at some eerie home footage that many claim shows an alien. Okay. But before we do, remember to hit that subscribe button and tickle that little bell icon and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be notified every time we drop our scary and creepy content.
Do that. But you could do it to me as well.
On October 11th, 2010, InShock 2010 uploaded a short 2-minute video to YouTube that quickly gained attention due to the odd activity it captured. The uploader clarified that for several weeks they had witnessed strange events and noises coming from the dining area. Suspecting it might have been a wild animal, like a raccoon, they decided to set up a security camera. However, what was caught on the night of October 11th left them deeply disturbed.
Ooh.
Take a look.
Okay, so we got a bug. Wait. Come on. They think that's an alien, right? They're going to say about, big bug eyes and the sort of triangular-shaped head or something. There. Triangular-shaped head, 2 big black eyes. There's a reason I've got a mocking tone.
Shows a strange creature peering through the dining window. Its unusual face appears for only a few seconds before disappearing again.
Now, is this an E.T.? With the big black rings around its eyes? I mean, the big black eyes and the triangular-shaped head, or triangular, odd-shaped head, big black oval eyes. That window looked very small. It was a singular pane of glass in a door made up of multiple panes of glass. This thing was small. They've captured a raccoon. They thought it was a raccoon. They captured a raccoon. It's an alien. Now, you put a raccoon in night vision, that far away, through a window, it's going to distort. You're not going to get the features. But those big black eyes are small black eyes with big fur rings. Don't clip that. That's a raccoon looking through the window.
Many commenters speculated about the creature's nature, with some suggesting it might have been an alien due to its large black eyes, which didn't resemble those of a child or any known animal.
Except the animal you mentioned right at the beginning of this clip, a raccoon.
Adding to the mystery, many viewers also noticed a glowing orb flying across the dining room shortly before the face appeared behind the window.
Couldn't possibly be a bug and a raccoon. Very natural explanations. Sure, it looks creepy as shit when you hear the noises and stuff, but the raccoon. I mean, I don't even know if this is a door or a window. It might be a door, but there's like a ledge on there. I don't know if it's like a barn door where it opens in 2 parts. Maybe they've got the trash or a bin. Maybe there's another ledge on the outside of this door, and the raccoon has just climbed up and looked in because it smells food. It's a dining area.
Believed that the orb was somehow related to
Raccoons are cheeky bastards.
the figure, suggesting it could have been a part of the same unexplained phenomenon. Despite the theories and debates, the footage remains unexplained, leaving viewers captivated by what was captured that night.
Okay, so not the worst. I've seen there was some shenanigans and fakery there, in my opinion. There was also a lot of misidentification due to poor quality cameras from the sort of late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s. Technology was nowhere near where it is now. I can forgive most of that and people getting freaked out by these weird things in the backgrounds of the cameras. A lot of this technology, you have to understand, wasn't available to everyone. Video cameras were expensive and not many people had them. My dad was a tech nerd when I was a kid. We were one of the first people I know of that had Sky TV. I remember us having a VHS recorder, video player. The tape went in the front. A lot of my friends were top-loaded and the tapes were much bigger. We had smaller tapes pushed in through the front and we had a digital display that was blue LED lit with a purple background. It was magic. We used to have friends come round because we could record straight off Sky TV and watch the wrestling on a Saturday. I weirdly enjoyed that because it was far less of the bullcrap than usual. Far more misidentification, technology that people didn't understand what they were using. It was extremely limited technology with every video in that time frame yielded really poor results, poor quality, but really creepy effects. I actually really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. Obviously, there was some nonsense in there, but for the most part, misidentification and stuff, that is far better for me to react to than the usual TikTok heavy stuff. I'd much prefer to react to stuff like this. We can actually engage your brain and see mistakes from what we've learned, looking back with the technology that we have now. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section down below. Was it an alien or was it a trash panda? Much love to you all. Be it out.